Okay, so this is Ringwalk Media in association with Wellhouse Therapy, Still Hub Management, and JB Promotions. She's hiding behind the EBU Silver Title that she's just won a week ago. Stevi Levy, European champion. Congratulations.
Thanks. Thank you, Mr. Ringwalk. Thank you.
How are you? I don't think you've actually taken that off yet, have you?
To be fair, only to wash, and I was then about to get in the bath when I remembered I'd done the Zoom thing, so I've quickly whipped my dressing gown on, whipped the belt back on. It was actually tucked away, but I've got it back out for this.
Well, thank you for both, because I don't know if we could do one without the dressing gown
What's a
on, to
good
be
one,
fair.
picture?
So listen, I mean, wow is what I'm going to say. I mean, you've done it. You have.
Well, you can't say that. You got to say you fucking done it. Come on, say it.
Okay, you've fucking done it. It's the first time you've got me swearing on my own blooming
I have
interview.
that effect on lots of people.
You do.
Oh, I
Well,
look so
listen,
greasy. Everyone excuse me. Like, so I'm about to get. I just finished training in the kitchen with David on FaceTime. About to get in the bath, and then oh shit.
what? Can I ask
No,
you a
no, no. I
question
thought, oh
now?
shit, I nearly forgot to do this.
Can I ask you a
And
question now? Is
yes,
that right?
your favourite. Yeah, sorry.
This is going to
Oh,
go
that's what we're here for, isn't
sideways,
it?
this, isn't it? Listen,
Sideways. Is it sideways or do you want that way?
no, the other way. That's it. No, that's it. Yeah. Right, Miss Levy. Listen,
Yes.
one thing I will say to you is when you went over to fight Laura, 4 weeks notice
Laura.
in Poland
Laura.
for the EBU European Super Bantamweight title. Okay. That's when you started taking this stuff seriously. And I mean, more seriously than you normally do. This is when you
Yeah.
actually thought, you know what, I've actually got a chance here. And let's talk about Poland first before we talk about the glory, because you did pretty much what everybody didn't think you would do. You went 10 rounds, and I'll tell you what, you pushed her. You really, really put on an amazing show, and you should be incredibly proud of that performance. How did you feel you did out there?
Mate, even though my arm didn't get raised, like everyone's reaction, like David, Loza, the lads in the crowd and that, it suddenly made me felt like I'd won. Like it was amazing. They were just so proud and shocked at how well I boxed. It felt like winning. Then obviously it was a bit of a downer, like, oh, I've got no hair, I've got no belt. But then literally a few days later, I'm like looking back thinking, fucking hell, I've just been abroad, like in the away corner, in front of thousands there, and then everyone watching at home, national anthem being God Save the King and Queen and shit. And it was just like, wow, how many people can say they've done that? And
Yeah.
it was just incredible. And I thought, fucking hell, this is the real deal. And obviously, I only had a few weeks training with David, and the difference just to the few weeks was like, wow. So, it was just exciting to get straight back in the gym and see what we can learn in that amount of time. And obviously, that's paid off because the improvements were there again this time.
Yeah. Not that you're reminding us about what you've won. I mean,
I
look,
said to someone earlier, so I've been at Morgan's school and the kids wanted to see the belt, I took the belt, and that was lovely in the assembly and that. And then I took it to Morgan's football just tonight as well. And this lady's like, oh, I thought you'd bring it. And I said, if I'd gone out and bought like a flashy watch, I wouldn't be going around like, hey, look at my watch. Look at my watch. But I won this and I worked so hard for it and I'm so proud. So I'm not embarrassed to be showing it off. Do you know what I mean? I would, if it was something I'd purchased, I'm not a bragger, but
do you,
I've won it.
do you know what? Do you know what I like about you, Stevie? Is you're just you, right? And don't ever, ever change because
Unless I get offered big money not to swear on an advert, I won't be changing in a hurry, trust me.
good. Because you know what? We've seen your journey from the beginning and you have changed incredibly as a person in the boxing ring. And you know what? This camp, when we interviewed you at the press conference a few weeks before with Izzy and Dave, you're a totally, totally different fighter to when you started. And credit to you, that wasn't an easy fight on last week. And you know what? I think,
Even David went, fucking hell, this isn't the woman I've been watching. She was so
yeah, I
different. So, like,
mean,
she's improved massively. Do you know what? After, like, was it round 7? Everyone thought she'd done. Yeah, I watched it back there doing this in the corner. Where she got that shows her fitness and determination
yeah.
too. Where she got that last round out of her, that was a competitive fight, wasn't it? Which
Well,
I like a competitive fight. It's more entertaining for people to watch. I'm always thinking about the people that are spending time and money to watch me. I think,
yeah.
oh shit, someone's ringing me. Hold on, let me.
It's all
Fuck
right.
them off each other every time. There we go. 1 minute. There we go. I'm back. I can't remember what I was saying now. You go on to the next question because if not, I'll ramble.
I mean, look, you know, coming into the camp, coming
So
into the
heavy.
fight night, right? Genuinely yourself, how were you feeling? Did you feel like this was your time?
The whole camp and leading up to the fight, I felt like this is my time. Like it's meant to be. I've got to win this. I've done everything in my power. All the training went perfect. I'm getting PBs on all the things that David's monitoring. But fight night, I was fucking shitting myself. I was so nervous. I just suddenly felt like, like in Poland, there weren't as much pressure because it was like, well, you took
Yeah.
it on short notice and she's fucking good, like really good, undefeated,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. It was like not much pressure and there weren't many of us over there. Whereas this time it's sort of like I've gone straight back into a championship fight. You can't lose this one. What's next if you lose this one? And obviously she has got a good record, but she's been beaten, she's beatable. And that there was me, if I want to fight these other people in the future, then I need to beat her. And I had so many people coming. I know everyone who travels down, even if I didn't win, they wouldn't be annoyed or anything, but they'd be upset for me. And I didn't want that sort of vibe. I wanted the happy vibe that we definitely got.
Yeah. And one thing you've always done, always through your career, is you've always had your son with you. And to see him on the announcement that you'd won the belt brought me
Mate,
a
them
tear. I've
pictures
got to
and
be
videos are
honest.
insane.
Brought me a tear
I,
because I know how
I've never
much it
seen
means
nothing
to you.
like it. A lot of people have said that. That's so lovely. It just shows how I think, like with social media, I overshare a lot of stuff, but I think it gets people all connected on my journey. So when you're watching, it's not just like, oh, that's Stevie. It's like, oh, it's Stevie and Morgan, and everyone feels it's
Yeah.
so lovely. I said when you're in camp, you feel like the loneliest person in the world. Get really down about how lonely you feel, and all of a sudden, I feel like the whole world is just like warming to us and had that emotion with us. And I've cried so many times, happiness, like different people that have just said lovely things to me and groups of people that have been supportive that I didn't expect, every single kid in Morgan's class and all their parents and grandparents to sit and watch us on telly. Like it's mad, isn't it? And do you know what? I've never even lost with Morgan. It's only been Barcelona and Poland that I lost anyway, innit? So I thought I can't
Yeah.
fucking start losing now, bless him. You see what it meant to him. I know he loves what I do, but because he goes through so much with me, part of me always thinks, oh my God, what if when he's older, he looks back and thinks, fucking hell, man, I was always living your life doing boxing. But that reaction shows that it's his life too, and it means as much to him as it does me. You can see it
Yeah.
by the photos and videos. It don't lie, does it? So I think there's one where me and him are like hugging and they're both crying, and it's like I get emotional looking at it, and it's us.
Do you know what? It's so nice to see, and it's deserved as well. You have grafted, you have gone through those fights, you have had the criticism, you have had those people that have put you down, and you don't care. You just keep going, and you know what? You've stuck two fingers up to those haters and gone. You
Yeah,
know
what?
what? There's yours. I'm now a European silver title.
Yeah, man.
I think
Yeah,
it's
there's a clip of
like,
David, isn't there, saying about the patio. Everyone, they think as we try and patio, it's a joke, but we take the
doesn't matter.
training really seriously. I've never claimed to be this, that, and the other boxer. I've never called people out. And once it was Shannon Courtney. That weren't because I thought I was better than her. I truly wanted to see who was better. I wanted a good fight. That wasn't me being like, oh, it was her. I thought, wow, this would be a challenging fight. But I've not gone around saying I'm better than anyone, calling people out. So any progression I make is a bonus. And it's like, wow, I've not got the pressure on me to be this great, amazing boxer. But
No,
I wanted to prove it to myself and David that I can do that because I've always been eager to learn. It's just everyone teaches differently, and now it clicks with David. And it's just he said to me he thinks I could be world class in a couple of years. Fuck me, he don't dish out compliments. Like he's a
no,
realist. He'll tell me how it is, and I need that. I don't want someone blowing smoke up my arse unnecessarily. If he says that your jab's getting good, I think wow, my jab must be getting good. Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't have one before, so everything is positive. It's amazing. I'm so grateful.
yeah,
I'm so feeling so grateful right now, honestly. But I have worked so hard for it. So you wouldn't think it by looking back a couple of fights ago that I've been boxing half my life. You wouldn't think it, but I used to have white collar fights and jumping with men and just have tear ups and that and sparring. Like that was the lifestyle I lived when I started boxing. Wasn't the lifestyle you need to live to be a good boxer, but I've gradually got myself there to live in the perfect lifestyle that I need to live. So
you've
I
paid your
haven't cut any
dues.
corners.
You've paid your dues, haven't you? You've done it the hard way, and you've kept going, and you've done it, and that's
And I've always
testament to you.
worked as well. Do you know what I mean? I've always worked. And obviously, I've been a mum for the last 8 years too. So it's not like I ain't had nothing handed to me at all. No. But I tell you what, I am so lucky that as David as a trainer, the commitment he gives to me, Joe, and the lads, we get so much of his time. I've said it before, but you wouldn't believe it. It's not like you go in a gym and you have your little slot with him. And I'm not dissing anyone who has a gym with loads of fighters, by the way. I'm not at all. Like, I must be mental for some of these trainers who've got loads of fighters. But for David, he has us round his house, or he gets in the car and travels to different places. We're sparring all over the place. We get so much of his time, and things that most people would do alone, like bag work or shadow boxing, we've got him there talking us through it. And that takes that nerves away so much. It's like, oh my God, because I think, well, he'll talk me through it. Do you know what I mean? And I trust everything he says.
What a lot of people seem to forget is that Dave's still quite a young trainer himself. He's actually still boxing. So,
Yeah.
his progression with
I
you doing
felt
what you've done is brilliant as well. He's really done
the,
well, hasn't he?
me, him, and Joe went to the spa the other week, like to chill out and have a little massage before fight week. And we were chatting to someone, and and they said something. Oh, I got a fucking lump in my head. They said something about athlete or whatever. I'm like, yeah, me and Joe are professional boxers. He's our trainer. And then he looked at us and I was like, oh, he's a boxer too. but I was just proud to say he's our trainer. Do you know what I mean? But he is still
Yeah.
very much a professional boxer himself, and I think he's still got loads to give. I do, but it's obviously he's put all his effort into me and Joe the last couple of months, and now he's back training. He had his first session back Monday. We
Yeah.
got to the gym and he snapped the key in the lock.
Oh
Everyone's
no.
outside freezing for like an hour. Like, anything to get out of training, David.
But I can beat that. I left my car keys in Dublin the night I should have been with you.
Oh really?
I come back
Oh
home on the
shit, man.
plane and my keys were still in the hotel.
Oh fuck. What did you do?
Got back on the plane and went back and got them.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I've locked my keys in my car before, rang my breakdown. They're like, we're going to be an hour. So I thought, fuck it. I went and got a hammer, smashed my window. Like 10 minutes later, they turned up. We had someone close. And I'm like, what? And everyone's like about to call the police because I'm like, it's my car. Smashing the window with the hammer.
Well,
Oh,
listen. One thing I want to speak to you about is your team because you've mentioned
he
Dave.
said my teeth. I was
Your
like, fuck off, mate. I
team.
know this shit.
No,
I
your
thought you was
team.
going to say I want to talk about your teeth.
You've got a very close team, and when I say team, I also mean people that support you as well. And in particular, you've got Al
Get
Oza,
tired.
who's been there from the beginning, and also, of course, Ebony Bridges has helped you along the way. Just those two young ladies, just tell us how much of an influence and they've been in your career.
You wouldn't think it, but me and Loza have only known each other like 2 years, but we're like the best of friends, like family.
Yeah.
We hit it as soon as David introduced us. We were like, boom. She is just to meet someone else who's also a single mother in the boxing world. Like, she's been an amateur boxing coach 8 years. She's got a pro license now. She's done a cuts course, hand wrap course,
Yeah.
professional gum shield maker. She is. I just think, go on, woman. Do you know what I mean? She's got a lovely little girl as well, and she works as well. She's an ortho dentist, ortho something.
Yeah.
And so to people always saying, God, I'm inspiring all the things I do. She inspires me. I think, wow, what a woman. And so I stay with her when I'm up there full time in the week, and she'll eat healthy with me. She won't be sat there like eating fucking. Not that she shouldn't do that. I don't expect anyone to have to do what I do. I like seeing food pictures when people eat their food. Like, do you want to see? Oh, yeah, I'll do want to see it. But she makes it easier. She'll eat it with me, and
Yeah.
she's just. She just her vibe to be around her, and on fight day and the night before, obviously Poland, fuck me, we had the worst day of our lives making weight that day. I won't go into it on camera.
Of course
But
not.
this time we were more she'd done like research. We're doing, I can't even say it on camera, we're doing stuff together in the morning, not like rude shit, by the way, that sounds wrong, but like, the ritual to make weight and shit.
Yeah.
And then
You're
she's
doing the
like,
proper
right,
process.
yeah, I'm going to give you a facial and just done all little things to just make the morning pleasant. And then we're driving. I've got to drop my stuff off at a hotel I've booked before we go to the weigh, and it's fucking snowing and traffic everywhere. In the end, she said, right, take the wheel. She just got out, put the bags on her back, and jogged up this fucking hill to get them to the hotel. I'm in the car like, wah, and then the police car in front. I thought, shit, I don't know how to drive a manual. And then I've gone and parked up somewhere and just sat there watching one of my interviews while she's trying to ring me, and I'm on Do Not Disturb for like 20 minutes, and she just falls on the car like, what the fuck? We're trying to ring you. And I'm like, shit, sorry. I've been sat watching myself. Did she moan? Did she fuck? She got in the car. She drove us to the weigh-in. She's just amazing. She does so much for me, honestly. I love her to bits. And Ebony, I've been speaking to her for a few years now, and I've done endless rounds of sparring with her, which, wow, has that brought me on. And I've stayed with her as well, and she looks after me, and she obviously is a professional boxer too. So I've got so many good close friends in Kings Lynn, don't get me wrong, I really have. But to have friends what are in the boxing world that can support me and give me advice and
Mm.
guide me, that is just another level. That's just even more lucky than I already am to have the good friends that I've got in Kingsland and whatnot. So it's just annoying because obviously we're all in different area codes. You've got John Clark, my nutritionist. He's one of our best mates. He's in Nottingham. Loz is in Barnsley. I'm in Norfolk. Dave's in Doncaster. But I think then when we all do get together, it makes it that much sweeter. Do you know what I mean? Because I
Yeah.
think if we were all together every day, we'd probably get on each other's tits. Well, I'd probably get on their tits. But saying that, like that
You'd be
fight
getting
camp,
battered every day.
I'm sure David has been a bit relieved to have a little. Well, I to have a bit of a break. He didn't really. I went straight round as the next day with the belt, chill with him and his family and that, and then we've been back on FaceTime training anyway. So, and I'm back training with him tomorrow. So we haven't had much of a break, but we all get on. We're the best of friends, so it's perfect. We're very lucky.
You are indeed, and it's so nice to see a story with a happy centre because it's not over yet. My
No.
next
Oh, it's
question.
just the beginning, mate. Even when it eventually, if I start losing left, right, and centre, we'll just fuck off and fight abroad. We'll do. There's so much we can do to keep the journey going. It's not about the destination; it's about the journey, and we're loving the journey. So, on to your next question, which I know you're going to ask me. What's next?
Yeah.
I'll just get going for you. I'm not trying to rush you. It's just on my brain. I don't forget what I'm going to say. We're going to hold on. We're not like right. World title next. Who wants some of this? No, thank you. I'm happy with this. We'll keep learning, keep training, and whatever David says, yes, we do, we'll do. It might be a 6 rounder, might be an 8 rounder. I might defend it. I don't know, but I don't actually care. I just can't wait to be back training again, doing what we love. The fight is just a bonus. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah.
would rather not fight for a world title for another 2 years and have it to look forward to and know that I'm definitely going to win it than be offered one in 2 months' time. I'm just not in any sort of rush. I just absolutely love everything about this journey. Apart from like fucking estate runs in the Baltic cold, but that it's got to be done, innit? I love pushing myself out that comfort zone
Yeah.
because then when you're in your comfort zone, it's like, oh, this is nice, not like, oh, I'm bored. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not good at resting, and I'm going off tangent. You talk now, sorry.
yeah. So I was going to say, so you're now at a certain level that you've got to maintain and improve. Now, obviously, this is the best level you've been to so far, but you're almost sort of only just starting because, like you say, you're not in any rush. The amount that you've improved over the last two camps in effect has shown you that actually you are capable of getting right up there. So now the training's going to get even more intense and even better. And you've got time to do that, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, there's a couple of girls at Manor Boxing Academy as well, and the Spark amateur girls, they're Georgia and Sam. They're the best girls, and sparring them, I'm learning loads. Like you don't have to be sparring all these well-known pros to
No,
get better.
I
These
agree.
girls are so committed and they're brilliant, and all of them at Manor Boxing Academy, they've just welcomed me into their gym family. I fucking love them all. Like when I went back on Monday with Morgan and took the belt down because he's like, "Would you come bring the belt?" I'm like, "It's asking me. I'd love to do that." Went down, saw all the kids and all the team there, and I've never. And I'm not dissing any gym that I've been at, but I've never felt so loved and welcomed in a gym. And I thought, and this is one of them old school brick wall vibe gyms. I love it there. I love it. So the fact that I know I can keep going there and training with David on the patio, I'm so excited. I'm not even, like most people, I think, right, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to LA and train in a gym in LA. Fuck LA. I would love to go to America. I would. But I'm just buzzing about the setup we've got now, let alone what the future could hold. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm so happy, honestly. So I keep thinking to myself how lucky I am. I never take anything for granted. Me and Dave and Joe were saying the other day, like, we got the best life. Like, we ain't getting up and going in an office. Not this in an office. I worked in an office 7 years. But for us, we go into the gym and we're having a laugh while training our fucking hearts out. It's just the life, living the life. It's brilliant.
Now, listen, somebody else who is on your journey with you is promoter Izzy Azif and GBM. And they've been with you right from the beginning of their shows. And,
My
Izzy's
face
now
looks funny. I didn't mean.
Izzy is now, starting to really make noise in the boxing industry. Fantastic new venue. He's got a deal with TalkSport. He's putting you on as a main event. Just how much has Izzy helped your career?
Yeah, they're Izzy and GBM. They're the best. They're lovely. I love them. I do. Um, I'm not signed to them,
No, of course, but he
so
has
I
you
don't
on
know
the
if I.
show.
Yeah, no, I've been on most of their shows, and I'm
Yeah.
very, 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 very grateful because the atmospheres at them shows are next level compared to a lot of small hall shows. But I have to keep reminding everyone because they put me as a home fighter. I'm like, I don't actually live in Sheffield. Like, can we take a moment to appreciate the fact that all my people are having to travel fucking 2, 3, 4 some hours to get to these shows. Like, I think a lot of people are forgetting that because they're like, yeah, back in Sheffield. I'm like, nah, give these people fucking credit. And to be fair, like I said to me as well, like I had a little tantrum when they had the media down on Saturday, and I was like, I work Saturdays. Like, you need to be there. I'm like, I love media, but fucking hell, I had to cancel 10 1-to-1s. That's my week's wage on that day. Do you know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
I've got to drive 2 hours there and 2 hours back. And I was a bit like, had a little bit, I think GBM might find me a bit hard work because I'm always like, what, this, what? But I give them feedback. I've been in the boxing, like, even white collar shows for like 15 years. So I know how things go about. And so I'm always like saying, can we change? If you're going to collab me that, can I have this as the cover picture? And I'm quite hard work. They put up a lot with me, but
I would
I just
never have
like,
guessed, Stevie.
but I can't be a sheep, keep mouth shut. If someone's bothering me or bugging me, I have to say it. Do you know what I mean? So, I'm quite a mouth, but I think I give them good feedback and I give them not advice because they're the bosses, but how can I explain it? I like working with them, but I feel like I'm probably a pain in their ass sometimes. But I have to just remind them, look, remember, I don't live on your doorstep. I'm fucking miles away, and so are my people. Do you know what I mean? So it would be lovely if we could get a show closer to home. But GBM might even do that. They might even do one close to Kingston. There'd be hundreds there. Trust me,
Yeah.
hundreds if it was closer to home.
I
So
think
but yeah, no, they're progressing so quickly as a promotion, aren't they? Like, I'm very proud to be a part of it, and I'm very privileged, and I'm very grateful. Like you say, they've put me as a main event on their show. So yeah,
they're doing all right for you, aren't they?
they're doing all right. They're doing all right.
And you're doing all right. Listen, I'm so pleased for you. I genuinely am. And we've been watching sort of what you've been up to, after the sort of a fight and the week sort of leading up. And it's so lovely to see so many smiles from a boxer. More often than not these days, right? Boxers, male or female, they win a belt, and it's always about, right, what's next? What's next? What's next?
Yeah, that's what I said when I
You've
was in
done
it.
the
I
total
said
opposite.
it's mad how they're suddenly saying what's next, and like I don't want to name names, but I see someone and they were fighting for a belt, then it ended up being 2 belts, yeah.
Yeah.
And they won 2 belts. One of the belts they didn't even mention in their thing. I think there's one picture, then it was just bang on the next one. I'm thinking, you don't even give a shit, you've just won them belts. And this particular belt don't mean fuck all to you because you're on about this one that's better. Like, I think it's Commonwealth and WBA or whatever. And the Commonwealth just got shut. And I thought, fucking hell, you should be so proud of both of them and grateful. Like, stop wanting more, 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 more. Living, so the best bit, someone live there, what's the best bit of advice you've ever been given? And I thought about it, and I thought the best bit of advice I've been given is to embrace the present, because I'm always like million miles an hour fast forward, and like, Stevie, calm down, live in the moment, because you're always worrying and doing what's next. You're never actually embracing the present, and that's such good advice. Sometimes I have to just think, right, breathe, what am I doing right now? Fucking hell, I'm sat in my nice warm comfy home, I've just been running, and I've got an hour spare till I get my son from school. I can put my fucking feet up. This is good. Life is good. You have to do that sometimes, or you just constantly think about what's next, what's next, what's next. And one thing I never do is sit and think back about things that have made me sad in the past. Do I fuck? To be fair, like, I just blank a lot of my life out, all the sad shit. Don't even think about it. Why? What's the point? There's no point anymore, is there?
Positive mental attitude, Stevie Levy.
What's it meant? PMA. I just made that up. Is that what that is? Yeah.
No, that's right. PMA, positive mental attitude, and it's a good one. It's a good one to have. That's what we do on this channel. We never ever, and you'll never see us do anything negative on this channel, even if a boxer's lost or something's gone wrong. Not interested.
Yeah.
I'd rather be positive about people and positive on here.
I've done this before, but I've got to do it. Have you ever watched Friends?
Yeah, of course.
Positive, positive, positive. Who's that? It's Phoebe.
You did very good. You did very
Or
good.
Rachel? No, it is Phoebe who does that, yeah.
It's Phoebe.
I'm sweating,
Yeah.
I'm getting hot now. You know when I start chatting loads of shit, I get really hot and burn up.
Do you? Well, we're not going to keep you too much longer because you've got a bath with your name on it, haven't you?
It's probably fucking cold now.
I'm sorry about that, Stevie Levy.
It's alright, it's alright. I don't really like hot baths.
European silver title holder. You'll never get tired of that, will you?
Oh, mate. Oh, no way.
Now, listen,
this feels like 15 years of my life. It's worth it.
I've got a challenge for you. All right. So
Is
you
it
had
eating? Because I'll smash it.
This is you had a 5-point list, and you've completed that list now. Do you remember?
Yeah. I put a clip up early, didn't I? Me and David, yeah.
So you finished the list.
I'll go back and fight for the Commonwealth, but this is technically better, isn't it? Like, I whatever belt I win, I'd be grateful for. Apart from when they said English, I thought, oh, a brown one. I don't know if I'd have worn that as much.
Live now on air, I want you to give me a new 3 or 5 point list to complete in the next 12 months.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay.
So things that you now want to achieve.
Number one. I want my first stoppage, knockout, body shot,
Okay.
headshot, KO.
I'm writing these down, you know.
Yeah,
Right.
I need a stoppage.
Okay. Number 2.
I see you want to say another belt, but that's just greedy. I'm so happy with this. I don't want to say that. Number 2.
Box on TV.
What you mean, like DAZN or Sky again?
Yeah.
I'm not even. Do you know what? It sounds horrendous, yeah. But ages ago, I was so desperate to get signed by Eddie Hearn and be on Matchroom, yeah, be part of the Matchroom team and that. Now, the best thing for me is just my little team. I could give a fuck if we box in a cardboard box. Honestly,
Okay.
mad, isn't it?
Won't put
That's
that
not
one on
even.
then.
It's not actually like I'm not obviously, I'd love to box on. I just feel like I like to have goals, and that can be a goal, but get signed by Matchroom. Once you achieve the goal, it's a bit like I've heard a lot of people say, when they're world champions, they're like, fucking hell, what now? Or like, I know someone who bought a Lamborghini, and he said, I look at it now and I'm like, what am I doing with that? He said, I've dreamt of that, and now I've got it. So I don't like having big goals, which I know is really silly because you're meant to have big goals, didn't you? But
They don't have to be big goals. They can just be goals.
so get a knockout.
Yep.
I'd love David to win a belt and Joe.
Dave or Joe to win a belt. Okay.
Yeah. Dave and Joe. So all three of us by Christmas have all got one.
No pressure on you, Dave.
He can do it. He can do it. He's definitely capable. He's definitely capable. And Joe definitely is too. But again, we don't want to rush Joe's career. I say we, I'm not his manager. Don't want to rush Joe's career either. He's loving the journey, learning every fight and enjoying it. What's the point jumping straight in big ones?
Give me a last one. Give me a third one.
Can I say teeth, or does that don't count? No.
You say whatever you want.
Well, it'd be nice to have some nice teeth, but I don't think that's going to happen until I retire.
Some new turkey teeth.
I don't know if we go that far. That's what I mean. I just love I love all the training that much. I'm not even thinking, I can't wait for this, I can't wait for that, because I'm just enjoying it all.
Okay,
That sounds really soppy and sad, but it's true, honestly.
I've got a good idea.
I know. We'll say box abroad again. One more fight abroad, because it's fun, isn't it? A little adventure and that.
Fight overseas. Okay, I've got one for you. Who would you like this in the next 12 months to fight? Is there anyone, doesn't matter if it's for a belt or a title, is there anyone you'd like to fight in the next 12 months?
I think I'd love the Shannon Courtney fight. I'm just curious to see who'd win. She's very obviously. We started watching the Norwich fight quite a bit to study Norwich, and we're like, do you know what? Fair play. Shannon Courtney is. I think because a lot of people dislike her, she don't get the credit for what a good fighter she actually is. And that time when she missed weight and everyone was giving her shit, mate. When I was in Poland and obviously nearly missed, I had to chop my hair off. I thought about her and I thought, bless her, because if she got to that point where she was like, she couldn't, like, she didn't bother getting it off like I did. She must have had a fucking shit day to get to that point where she's like, I'm done, I can't do it, because I had a fucking shit day.
No one wants to
hats
see
off to her, not dissing her or slagging her off, but I would love to have that fight and just because I think I'll fight best against someone like her. I watch her style and I think we would have a good fight. She ain't gonna be dancing around doing all this fucking bollocks, is she? Like the other one did.
No.
She's gonna come and have a
That's
fight.
a fair point. That's a fair point, Stevie. You'd like to see who wins, and that's
yeah.
a
That's not me
perfect.
saying I'll beat her. I'm curious. I'd love to see who would win out of me and her.
Well, there you go. That's fair enough. And what a good way to end a great interview that I'm very grateful to have. And I am so sorry I couldn't be there, but I had a commitment to somebody that I'd promised, and I don't break my promises.
No, bless your heart. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. I know you're one of them ones you'd always be there if you can. I know that.
Absolutely. And I'll be there for the next one, I'm sure. But listen, Stevi Levy, European Silver Title.
What is your name again? Because I call you Ringwalk. I always call you that. I have done for years. What is it?
Jonathan.
Oh, yeah, Jonathan. Jonathan's quite posh. Are you called John, really? Johnny? Jono?
No, Jonathan. I'm not posh, though. Trust me, I'm not.
No, I can tell you. I can.
Anyone who can go through a McDonald's drive-through in the middle of arse end of nowhere at 2 o'clock in the morning with 34.
Walk through the drive-through.
I didn't have to drive, didn't I?
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, and then we all walked behind
you.
you.
There were 34 people ordering burgers at the same time. I will never forget that. In the whole career, we'll never forget that night. It was fun.
It'll come back around. I'm sure you're gonna have KFC We'll do some. Yeah, that was a good funny night. To be fair, I do
It
talk
was,
about it a lot.
yeah. Well, that's what this is all about. At the end of the day, we had good fun, and you know what? The memories will never die, will they? So
Oh, mate, and that's why I love all these interviews. I'm probably the only person I know. Well, I think David does sometimes. I post clips of interviews on my Instagram because
yeah,
I want to look back and be like, oh yeah, and also people like. But sometimes we're quite funny and make people laugh. But I like looking back on it. Other people they'll just get locked away on YouTube and probably forgotten about. I like to
yeah.
look back on these, and I like putting little clips and stuff on my Instagram for the memories. It's all about memories. That's what I'm
Good.
doing it for.
Well,
I'm
listen.
doing it for.
Huge congratulations. No one
Thank
deserves
you.
it that more than you do. I'm so
Thank you
pleased
so much.
that you have
I'm so
managed
happy how happy other people are for me. Like I can just feel how
to do
happy
right.
people are for me, which is just lovely, isn't it?
I think from my point of view, the happiest thing for me is the fact that you've really stepped it up now. You get it now. You know what's at
Mate, when
stake.
I was at David's press conference for you, and
Yeah,
I was saying I really want a big fight, then boom, Poland, now boom.
I know. I'm a good
Mad,
omen.
isn't it? Manifesting. I believe in that, truly I do. But I'm not manifesting nothing else at the minute. But okay, it's all right to have a little break from thinking, isn't it? Just fucking keep training.
Absolutely. And on that note, Stevie Levy, I really appreciate it. Congratulations.
Jonathan Ringwalk Media,
Well,
thank you for
well
having
done.
me. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.